Hello, 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 everyone. Welcome. Uh-oh. Okay. Welcome, everyone, to the Greater Self Vibes podcast with Dr. Z. We are definitely covering some topics for today. I'm gonna go ahead and do my D&D and then make sure that I can see everything I'm supposed to see, where I'm supposed to see it, and then give you guys updates and info as it makes sense. So today our topic, oh, okay, so I guess that screen's not doing it. Today our topic is the strong friend reset. So I know I shared about this the other day on social media, on the internet, and what came to me when I was thinking of, okay, so what are we going to talk about before I jump into my birthday month, which starts tomorrow, but we're already in my season anyway. So within my season, give me one quick second. I'm almost where I need to be at. So close, but yet so far at the same time. It's crazy how that happens. And of course, I don't remember where I put the things at. Anyhow, so as I was thinking, what do I want to do for my birthday month? How do I want to start things off, have things go? And I am actively, seriously not finding wherever I must put this particular my notes so that way I can stay on point and like actually, share information for real. Unless I just seriously don't even remember the how I dated it, maybe. Let's see if we can find it. Well, I guess here we are. Here we go. Okay. Oof. It's getting painful over here. Now I don't even have my glasses, so this lets you know how much this particular topic definitely needs to be discussed and explored, because I don't even have all my stuff together the way I would like to have it to actually be able to show up and give you guys the info and the context in the way that I feel like is the most helpful. So we're going to be getting a little squint in so that I can actually see the words. The title, The Strong Friend Reset, 5 minutes to reclaim your life. So I know that a lot of people, especially if you are similar to me, you have a lot of stuff on your plate, you wear a lot of hats, you wear them for a lot of different people for a lot of different reasons. And there's this point where you start to notice and realize, not only am I overwhelmed, I'm not even effectively doing the things that I know I can do in the ways that I effectively know I can do it. Which brings you to a point of not wanting to join clubs, memberships, groups, like different things that are supposed to help you become this amazing, dope version. And to be fair, do I have a coaching program for like feminine CEO lifestyle? Absolutely. However, what I noticed, and in the month and season, as I shared, my Aries season with the little fire, I wanted to be able to offer the opportunity to share some things that are for free, not charging any money, not requiring people to do the most, not requiring you to go all out or things like that, but just a little investment. Because chances are, if you're on here, that means you do go on social media at some point in time. You're definitely, excuse me, the way these lips is starting to tap, clearly, I need some more water. But you're on here, so that means you probably have a couple of minutes here or there. If you're on my email list and you're like seeing this podcast later and you're not on my email list, you definitely should be on there. But I say that to say, with this Aries season, I always like to use my birthday as like another milestone and marker. And the fact that it starts off Q2. So we went through Q1 and you're in the space of ideally seeding and putting stuff together that it will grow in the spring. So to spring folks into action and get you all in motion, moving, doing the things, I was like, let me revisit my strong friends content in the sense of all the women, especially, and men that handle their business and do their thing. So it's not just women. However, I am talking ultimately to the woman that is in charge of everything in her life, everybody around her's life, even if it's an unspoken in charge of, that is always doing everything for everyone else, showing up, doing all the things, and yet people that it's you're ultimately the person that people call when stuff goes sideways. So you are the Hail Mary when things happen. You're the one that remembers details about everyone, small notes or just notices different things that people have going on so that you make sure to address it and bring it up. You're the one that makes sure everyone is okay. And the kicker, here's the kicker. And I hope like somebody feels like a straight gut check. You make sure everybody else is good and you're not even okay. Like you're not hardly even really handling all your stuff, but on paper, it looks like you are like winning. You are floating through. They're like, dang, she's always doing the things, being at the places, the stuff going. And I say this from a space of 100% being that person and still actively working towards shifting that identity in a way that I don't have to be everything for everybody all the time. And at the same time, I definitely owe it to myself to be able to take care of myself. But if I historically continued to take care of everyone else, in my mind, I was like, if everyone else is good, then I get to be good. And the thing about that is people might call you reliable, they may call you strong, they know they can always count on you. But respectfully, there's not always a benefit in being that one person that's always showing up as strong. Not when you're the one that has to live through what that feels like on a regular basis and still try to figure out, so how do I take care of my own needs? For that reason, like I said, we're starting tomorrow. So, FYI, all the stuff I'm sharing about and talking about, just know tomorrow you have an opportunity to totally join in and jump in with me for free. I'll even be on vacation and I'm still going to figure out how to do this while I'm on vacation. But nobody ever notices when you're actually running empty. They just assume that you're quiet or your silence is you regrouping or recovering or actually thinking you're probably just busy doing more amazing things when, okay, you might be over here on straight up fumes. How often do people end up checking in with you before you jump out and check in with everyone else? Do you give yourself a chance to even see, am I in a good space to respond to whoever is reaching out to me? And a lot of times you probably don't check. So then you find yourself in that position where somebody reached out, they're, seeking your attention, your time, like usual. And then you probably snap. And it seems like it's the stupidest thing and like you're tripping for no particular reason. But the real issue is you have so many things going on and so many places you're juggling and holding to try to remain that strong friend and be there for everybody else. Make sure everybody's good. Make sure the people you actually are responsible for are taken care of. And that can be kids, spouses, friends, and friends, I always lightly, employees, staff members. You want to make sure everybody else is cool, but at the same time, you're not giving yourself the permission to really check and see, was I okay before I even tried to jump out there? Was I giving from a space of overflow or was I out here giving fumes? At some point, this is going to actually start to hurt, and it's going to hurt a lot louder than you would have imagined it would hurt because now you're starting to feel it in your body. It's not even like a loud thing most of the time until you've spent a lot of time and you really haven't given yourself that space. Then you got aches in your neck, my back, all the things, your teeth, like so many different areas of your body that you would think, why is this even a big deal? And the big deal is that you haven't been caring for yourself and you believe probably that it will require too much of you to give yourself literally 5 minutes. I know you guys heard I'd like to be free before 5 on Fridays, Freedom Fridays, because if you're not creating a life where you have the opportunity to have a schedule that you would like that really works for you, you're also probably the same person that's showing up for jobs, other people, and like I said, doing all the things and making sure everyone else is good. Whole time, you didn't set anything up for you. You just set it up to make sure you can always be accessible and always show up whenever somebody requests you. because I am actively also working on the same thing, and this is my gift to myself for my birthday month, and my gift to you all is to, over the next 28 days, and I intentionally chose 28 days because that is ultimately the cycle that most women go through anyways. So starting on the 1st, because that's an easier marker to go with, taking the next 28 days and breaking it down into, 7 days a week, or 7, 14, 21, 28, looking at how you can take no less than 5 minutes or less. So it's not even that you got to take 5 minutes every day, but potentially 5 minutes or less to make one intentional choice that's literally just for you. Because the truth is, you really don't need, it's not that you don't need a full day off or that you don't need a perfect routine, because what's a perfect routine anyways, especially if it's not one that works for you? You need more moments. You need more moments when you actually spend your time doing the things that you want in the way that you like to do it, that allows you to feel full, supported, and like you're able to rejuvenate so you can give to other people the way you've always done, the way that as you continue to keep living, as the old folks say, you notice you can't keep doing all that in the same capacity and still get up and make stuff happen. You're not going to be showing up and doing 24-hour shifts 3 days in a row and like being okay. Like it's not going to keep happening. At a certain age, your body will absolutely disrespect your wishes and stop. So inside this challenge that I'm offering you all the opportunity to join in, we are going to look at 3 different things that you can choose just one. Even if you just read it, you've done more for yourself than what you have been doing. But choosing one of the 3 things, and if in 5 minutes you can do all of them, great. I would say this isn't a competition, but some people only like to do stuff if there is. I'm not really one of those people. However, it's not all about me. So my challenge to you is to look at an affirmation, a small movement, or addressing something in your life. And I'm actually going to give you those things so you don't even have to figure it out. You literally just have to look, see what it is, and then choose to go ahead and do one of the 3 for the day. If not all of them, if it makes sense, you might start finding yourself on a roll. And what I know will happen if you start giving yourself permission to take 5 minutes or less, literally every day, you will start to notice that you can make a bigger change in how you're experiencing life just by giving yourself that amount of time than thinking you got to spend hours and book off like weekends to start having your life feel more like your life. So week 1, we're exploring awareness. And this is just giving you like a little bit of like the areas we'll be going through, so you can decide where you do or don't want to jump in. So imagine every 7 days you have an opportunity for the folks that like a challenge and want to win. Someone's going to be the winner each week. It would be super cool if we have like a whole bunch of ties, because everybody's like, nah, I'm getting all of that. I'm getting all the recognition, all the rewards. But each day there'll be 3 options. You can choose one, you can choose all of them. And my suggestion, start slow. It's not that deep. You're not losing money. You're not losing anything other than possibly giving to yourself in a way that you never have. Week 1 is awareness, where you're going to start to notice where your time actually goes, where your energy goes, and then where you place yourself last. That's not going to be the greatest feeling, but wouldn't it be better to know so you can start doing something different about it instead of continuing to stay in the same place? Week 2, we're going to be looking at boundaries. So this is where you're going to start to begin to see where kindness has turned into overavailability, overproduction, overproducing, and pretty much overwhelm. Week 3, we're going to be looking at reclaiming your time. So interrupt the urgency. Somebody else's emergency is not yours. Even as a therapist, someone else's emergency is not mine, pending, like everyone stays alive. So past that, respectfully, you can slow down and you can actually question what you actually need in the moment, and how, why, what, where, and for, without allowing other people's needs to supersede what you're in need of, and how you can still show up if that's where you would like to spend your energy for other folks, but at least giving yourself a little bit more for you. And week 4, this is where we start to shift. This is where you start to become, I would say, the woman who shows up for herself. Going through and creating a pattern of things and having a routine and trying new stuff for, I think they said it takes like 3 weeks to create a new habit or something along those lines. So 21 days is definitely that. 28 is that much more. If in that time you gave yourself permission to really look at, how can I do one thing that takes me less than 5 minutes every single day for me? You getting used to doing that and getting into a habit of it will put you in a space where not only will you at least take care of yourself for once, you'll be able to share that across the board with people you care about also, and know that you're already doing something that's more beneficial to you than what you were doing before April started, before all the fire. So, at times when people are looking at making changes, or I'll speak for myself, when I have thought about making changes, the ideal of doing a whole bunch in a short amount of time or trying to accomplish everything all at once is absolutely undeniably overwhelming, and definitely put me in some positions where I was like, I might as well just throw the whole life away at this point because this is too much and I can't do it. When you slowly ease into something, and this is where and why the challenge is here, it's to give yourself a little space to just try something quickly so you can see a result quickly and not put too much pressure on yourself. You don't need to overthink it. It's not that deep. If you don't do it for a day, like, you didn't do it. Let that go, keep it moving. If you want to start at the beginning of your day, but maybe you got to the end, okay, that's cool. Honestly, you're the only person that's going to know if you did or didn't do it. However, you do want to be a part of the challenge, then you're definitely going to want to tag me and share it on the internet. I think it'll be taking place in IG. So you're going to want to tag me, share it there, and I will absolutely reshare your wins, because who doesn't want to be inspired by other people doing really dope stuff for themselves? This is not a full reset. This is just a mini breakdown in the routine that you currently have that may or may not be working in its entirety. This is an opportunity to start to explore, if I were to totally take complete ownership of my actions, my choices, and the way that I do things, what would that look like? How can I start impacting change? And with, the spring coming in and being able to see what things can grow, why not do so? And if you seriously do not have 5 minutes or less, if you don't even have 60 seconds for your own self, respectfully, you already are hurting anyways. And I'm sure you probably feel it. So I am respectfully challenging you to give yourself at least a minute, up to 5 each day, to look at. And I'm only going to be posting what the things are specifically in, I think, the Instagram chat. So you'll end up seeing what people chose as you look on the internet, so far as their whether they chose something, their awareness, the affirmation, or to do something different in their life. You'll see what those results look like for each day, but to see the actual prompt so you can participate, you're gonna absolutely have to DM me on Instagram or reply in your emails if you're already on my email list. You can probably reach out on any of the platforms, and you just let me know you want to do the Strong Friend Challenge. You're in it. It's free. It costs you nothing but 5 minutes or less that you pay to yourself. And if you are not worth that, then you got bigger problems. Maybe you need to get on my therapy calendar in that case. But otherwise, you will spend no 5 minutes max. If it takes you more than that, again, you probably should reach out so we could schedule an appointment, and or check and see what other people are doing within the group once we open it up. And this won't start until tomorrow, so some people may be able to get a little sneaky peek, like tonight, if you send me a DM. Otherwise, you're going to get access to everything in the IG group, and it'll be dripped out daily. If you send me an email or request to be on my email list, you will get access to the entire 28 days that you can pick and choose how you want to go about it. But that is only if you choose to get on this super cool, snazzy email list, where on Wednesdays we share information about Wellness Wednesday. So different ways that you can take care of yourself, different products that I may or may not use, sharing past podcast episodes that have helpful information. And there's always info about whatever our upcoming events are. And then Freedom Fridays is another email that goes out weekly where I'm sharing with you different ways that you can be free by 5. The free by 5 isn't so much about the actual 5 p.m. hour as much as you're doing things, and this is kind of like the challenge, you're doing different things that allow you to be free by the close of your business week. So if you're done working by 5 p.m. on Fridays, how you can make that happen on purpose, these small tips that are in there. In this challenge, you may even notice some things and be like, oh, I remember for the people on the email list, oh, I remember some of the things that I've seen before. Maybe I'll use some of those in the thing that I'm choosing to do different. Totally up to you. Again, the prompts will be there. Full prompts for the whole 28 days. Definitely come via email. For those that are like, I just want to tap in like on a daily basis or as I feel like it, those will be in the IG group. If you are able to do 5 out of 7 a week, you are absolutely already starting off at a good start. So not even that you have to do every day for 7 days straight. Even 5 is going to support you way more than 0. If you want to be in the challenge to have and be one of the winners per each week. So we have 4 weeks. There is potentially 4 people that can be the winners. And tomorrow being Wednesday, so I guess on Wellness Wednesday, we'll be announcing people each week that follows after the first. So you can join in by tagging a friend, sharing the post that is announcing this challenge. I don't even remember if we dropped it yet, but by the time you're seeing this, if you aren't catching it live, it will definitely be there and be available for you to go to sign up. Maybe you want to tag a buddy to do it with you, and then that will get you access to, you'll be able to join in on the Instagram group where we will be sharing more information and insight and pumping each other up to keep it going. So it's like your accountability group that you didn't ask for, but you totally need it to do things that are definitely going to make a difference in your life. So I hope to see you all there. If you have questions about it, by all means, like send me messages. Someone's going to respond. Just kidding. Myself or my team will absolutely respond and answer any questions that you have. And considering that, again, it costs you $0. If you're seeing this, you're already on the internet anyways. So to look for a couple of minutes and carry on with your life makes sense to me, and it probably isn't that challenging. Make sure I didn't miss anything anywhere else while I'm doing this. It won't, oh, thank you so much. It won't cost you any more than to have a better experience of life. If you're interested in that, I look forward to seeing y'all starting tomorrow. I will share on the stories every single day for the next 30 days, what things I chose for the day, as well as sharing other folks. And then who knows, maybe each week when we have the winners, we'll put a whole little, collaboration, or like, I don't know, one of those things where you show everybody's things that they did at the end of that, just so you have something to look forward to or recap on it. And if you don't want your name shared, by all means, just let me know. It's not that hard or that deep to not do that and still share something that was cool or dope so other people get inspired to do the same. So 28 days, there will be a new opportunity for an awareness, an affirmation, and or to do something different, to make a different choice in some area of life. It will be prompted. You don't even have to make a decision. You just read the 3 things, pick one of them, do it, post it, share it, tag me, and then you will be in the lining to get your points. If I'm not tagged and I don't see it, like I can't really address anything that I don't see. So do make sure that you tag me so I can hype you up. Hey, hype you up. All right. It's probably starting to get to that time of the night where it's time for me to go to sleep. But I look forward to seeing y'all in the challenge. I appreciate y'all for staying on here and joining me for this long. Again, share it with a friend. Tag me, post like, yeah, I'm totally going to try this 5 minutes to freedom challenge. It's not that hard and not that deep. And what do you have to lose? Because you're not spending a bunch of time. That's not going to require a whole bunch of energy. And yet you still get all these benefits from it. So I look forward to seeing y'all. Again, thank you so much for joining me, for spending this time with me, and I will see y'all soon.